temperature passed me by, leave me dancing with myself. So let's sink another drink, cause it'll give me time to think. If I had the chance, I'd ask a woman to dance, and I'll be dancing with myself. Dancing with myself. Dancing with myself. If I had the chance, I'd ask a woman to dance. If I had the chance, I'd ask a woman to dance. If I had the chance, I'd ask a woman to dance.
All right. So, good afternoon, everyone. Let's see. There we go. So, today we are going to be looking at lesson 11. We're going to skip lesson 10 because I was having issues downloading the library for the ultrasonic sensor. So, we're going to move on to the temperature and humidity sensor. And we're going to try to get into the joystick. So, excuse me. The idea is that we will do two short
Sorry
ones.
to interrupt, but I just plugged my thing back in and it's still running the code.
Yeah, that's how it works. It's always going to be running.
How do I get it to stop?
Unplug it.
Okay.
So, we're going to be looking at this thermostat, essentially. And then we're going to be doing a joystick exercise. And the idea there is that we're going to do 2 quick lessons, and then it'll be a free work time for any students who need extra help fixing anything or going over anything they don't understand and get caught up and whatnot. So in this tutorial, we're going to learn how to use the DHT11 temperature and humidity sensor. So what we're going to need is we're going to need your Uno. You're going to need this module, and it's also on a board, which will show, scroll down a picture of it. It looks like this right here. It's got 3 pins on it. I think they have a photo of it right here too. Yeah. So you can find that. Then we're going to need 3 of the female to male wires. I also found that having some Scotch tape helped so that when you put we're going to put 3 wires on here. And when we do put them on there, you can kind of tape them so they don't fall off. So here's the schematic. You're going to need a green wire. Now, the color doesn't matter, but it helps if you're trying to diagnose any problems. So if you have the green wire, the red wire, and the black wire, we're going to just go ground, power, and then to the second pin location.
Where would that second board be?
I found it in like the bottom right compartment, and it's just chilling there. Yeah, like I said, I'll just kind of unplug mine and show you. This is what mine looks like. So it should look like that for you too. So once you get that wired up, I will send the code for you to run. We are going to make some slight adjustments to the code. So I'm going to get the link here real quick and then send that to you guys.
Show the little diagram again.
Yeah, well. So there's the diagram. So I'm posting the code right here. And this is going to be for lesson 11.
Could you hold up that board one more time? I can't seem to find it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, right when I said that I found it.
Yep. It's just just a little blue board. It kind of looks like a blue breadboard. It's maybe about the size of your thumb. So if you try to run that code, it's not going to work. We have to comment out a few things, and we're going to run through that once everyone has gotten
I
to.
didn't get the code.
What's that?
I didn't get the code.
It's I just posted it in the group chat.
Yeah, I know. It's not there.
Oh, sorry. That was for everyone in the waiting room.
Oh.
Yeah. There's two options there.
I don't see anything.
I just posted it.
Oh, there it is.
So if you have this wired up correctly, go in the participants area and put check yes. And if you're not, check no. Okay. So right now, we're going to go over and take a look at the code and look at the changes that we need to make. And if you read through it, you can actually see the changes that we need to make. Okay, so here is our example code. You can see that we are including these two libraries. Let's see. Oh, that's interesting. Earlier, we had to comment out the code for what model type we're using. So let's go upload and save. So what's going on there?
Wait, have you already said the things that we have to change in the code?
No, it's weird because I was working on this earlier and you had to comment out a line of code. And there was like 3 options that we had. So let me look. There is an issue there. I'll get back to that. Let me see if I can find the right one. Okay, so here we go. I'm not sure what was up with that. So I have the new link. Sorry about that, guys. So just go to this new link and I'll put my screen up. All right, so there is the code, and you'll see that when we come in here, we can see, okay, we're going to pin 2. That's where your green one is plugged into. Then right here, we have to comment out the type of sensor in use. So you can see right here that we, if we go back to our diagram here, we can see that this is a DHT11. And when we go in the code, you can see that DHT22 is selected. So all we have to do is we come here, and remember in Arduino C, make a copy so we can edit this. We just need to comment this out. So we'll put 2 slashes, and then we'll get rid of the 2 slashes right here for that defined DHT type. And this will allow our sensor to read accurately.
I don't really know what you just did.
So I'm gonna Control Z. So this is the code as you guys are seeing it right here. You'll scroll down a little bit. You can read through the comments. So we get our first definition here where we define what pin we're going to be sending the data to. And that's going to be pin 2. And then right here, it's the comment is telling us uncomment the type of sensor in use. So the sensor that they have the code program for right now is the DHT22 sensor. And we want to use the DHT11 sensor. So all we have to do is we come here and we add a slash, and that will comment out the code. So whenever you want to comment out something in this in C, which is what Arduino uses, you just do 2 slashes, and that will comment out the code.
And then you have to remove the slashes from the DHT11.
Yep, and so we just go backspace, delete those, and you'll see that we get this in
Oh, got it.
grayed out text. And that's the only change that you have to make.
And then we can run the program.
Yep, and then so you can hit upload and save, and we're gonna make sure we don't get any errors. And then you come over here into monitor. Let's see. Might be running this. And now we can see that we're getting live values right here. So this is updating every second, and you can change how fast that updates. When you read down the code, you can see there's a delay in the loop. And right here. So we're getting every
Wait, so sorry to interrupt again. Is the define DHT type the only thing we edit?
Yes, that's the only, you just have to change what sensor you're using.
Okay. And I got everything wired in, so I just I run the code now, right?
Yep, and then you go over in this little tab by monitor.
Error uploading. Check if the selected board is currently available.
Okay, so you need to make sure that your Arduino is plugged in.
It's plugged in, all right.
Make sure that you have Arduino Uno and whatever COM port you're using.
I'm on the Arduino editor.
Are you in the web browser based one?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it say this right here, Arduino Uno, and then whatever your COM port is? Or
What
does
am I
it?
looking at? Hold on. It says select board or port.
Okay, so right now you're not connected.
Okay.
There's make sure you're plugged in on your board.
I replugged it in.
Okay.
Now it works.
Okay, there we go.
Upload and save.
And then just go over to monitor. Now, here's the thing that you can do. You can kind of, if you'll see you get an error right now. I'm like holding it, and you saw like that error reading. But as I'm holding it, if you kind of hover above it,
Where am I looking?
you can see my finger is right above the blue part. I'm not touching the bottom, but if you hover your finger over the blue part, you'll see that humidity, I'm up in the 70s and 80s because I have moisture.
It says error read. It says error reading everything.
Okay, we'll take a look at it in a sec, Casey.
Now it's misspelling the word error.
So you can see right here that as I hover my thumb over it, the humidity starts to spike. And then when I remove my thumb, you'll see that it drops back down to more ambient room levels.
Okay, but it's still saying error.
Okay, well, I'm teaching the class right now. So
Okay, I'm sorry.
I can solve your problem in a second, but I want to make sure that everyone is experimenting with this and they're making sure that their sensor is sensing adequately. So what's cool is you could take this, and if you really wanted to experiment with it, you could go put it like in your freezer, and you could measure the humidity in there and the ambient temperature, and then you could pull it out and try other areas. You know, maybe buy a light. As long as it's not an LED light, if it's a halogen light, it would put off an amount of heat. So try that out and see if you can get those values to change.
Do we take photos of these to turn in?
You can just take a screenshot right here of what your data board is looking like. Because if you're getting values here, that means that you did it correctly. All right, so let's take a look here. So to turn this in, you're just going to take a screenshot of these values here, and then you can submit that into our lesson 11 assignment. So who here is currently getting values for
I am.
their project? I'm going to clear all, and you can hit yes or no, and we'll kind of get a group reading here.
I'm also finally getting my board working again.
That's good to hear, Joseph. So a project that I want to work on that I think would be really cool, if you guys kind of look in your bags, you'll notice that you have like this motor here. It's got like the yellow back to it. Looks like this. And you'll notice that the fan, there's that little fan, it just presses right onto that motor spline.
Still need help.
So I think it'd be cool if when it hits, you know, a certain temperature, the fan will kick on. So we'll look at that later.
I still need help.
All right, so
I'm sorry that I always need help, but I do.
yeah, let's take a look. I can stop sharing my screen right now, and we'll take a look at what your code looks like. Let me make it so you can share your screen. All right, you should be able to share your screen now, Casey, and we'll try to problem solve.
This is what I'm getting. Now it's misspelling the word error.
Well, that means it's working. It just means that you need to, it's placed incorrectly. Grab the sensor and have it so it's not like touching the table or anything. The back has like those the soldered connections, and if you're touching them, you can ground out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So it says it's getting an error reading it. So
Yeah,
it's plugged in incorrectly,
I don't think I did.
and you're not like, is it plugged into port 2?
It's supposed to be port 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Yay, it works.
So
Okay, I should take a video of this, or actually just a picture will do.
yep, just a picture. So what was going on there, Casey, is so we have, if you look at the sensor, we have a ground, a power, and then a signal cable. That's that green one. And if you're not sending that to the port 2, remember our code is reading and it's looking for any values coming from port 2. Well, if there's nothing coming into port 2 because it's not plugged in correctly, it's going to get an error because it's looking for something that's not there.
The diagram said to put it in port 4.
Did it?
I think so.
I think so, because I followed the instructions and I didn't have that problem. No, it says port 2. So
Okay.
we can get that figured out. So who else is having any issues with their, I see like 4 or 5 green check marks. So either you need to respond with yes or no, so we can kind of see whether we're going to move on to the next one or focus on this and help some people out.
I was wondering, for the community sensor, do we need to take a photo of the screen of like the inputs coming in to show that it's actually working?
Just a screenshot's fine. So are you on a Mac or a PC?
I don't totally know, but I know how to take a screenshot on it.
Okay, yeah, that's all you have to do then. I was gonna say,
Okay.
I know how to do it on both, so I was gonna explain it if you didn't know how to do it.
Okay, yeah, no, I know.
I bet you're fine. So Ryan, what issues are you having on yours? You're getting a code error, mechanical error.
I fixed it. It was just 2 wires were swapped.
Okay. Yeah, it's common. It happens. All right, so we can come back to this. Right now, we're gonna go to lesson 12. Let me make sure that I'm sharing my screen here. All right, so lesson 12. So we're going to be making a joystick. Well, you will be making a joystick move, and we'll be getting the location, the XY location of that. So you're going to need your Uno board. You're going to need the joystick module, and then you're going to need 5 of the female to male wires. We'll take a look at those colors if you like to keep the colors the same. So we need a green, brown, red, yellow, and orange. Like I said, having some Scotch tape isn't a bad idea when you're doing this, so you can keep everything together. Makes it a little bit easier. So to assemble the joystick, I'm trying to find the module. It doesn't have the joystick installed on it. It looks like this right here. And then you just take the joystick and you press it down.
Wait, I didn't see that. Show it again.
Let me install this first. All right, there we go. It's just gonna look like it's just a board. It's got 5 pins on it, and then there's a little. It's a pretty big board. It's all black, and then it's got a little metal spindle sticking out of it that you put your joystick on.
Hypothetically, wait, I think this is it. Is this it?
Let me look at your video. Oh yeah, it looks like it.
Hypothetically, if I were to have lost the joystick, would that stop anything, or could I just like move the actual little thing around, even if it's a bit uncomfortable?
That'd be really unfortunate. You've already lost, something from the pack.
Well, is it still functional or what?
Yes, it is functional.
Okay.
Okay, so we have to go and we'll go brown, and then we'll go red. Then we can go grab our orange cable and our yellow cable.
Can you post the code for this one?
Yes, I will in a second. And just to make sure that those all stay on there, I like to, I don't know. If you don't have a brown wire, it's not the end of the world. or any of the other color wires. The colors don't really matter. It's just more or less, it's easier to diagnose because if you're making it the same as the picture, you can go off of what wires are where. So it looks like our green wire is going to port 2, just like in the last example. And our red wire is going to the 5-volt, and then our brown is going to the ground. And then A0 is the orange, and A1 is the yellow. Okay, so you should have that mocked up. And I'm going to share the code now. Let me double check that this works so that we don't have any issues with sending out the wrong code. Okay, so this works. You can see that I'm getting values for the X and Y axis here.
Have you posted the code to the chat? Oh, there it is.
There.
Never mind.
So looking here, you can see that the 0, origin is well, it's not 0, 0. So the center of the joystick, it should be 512 in both axes. You can see mine's fairly close. It's 512 and 522, so it's just slightly off. But as you start moving it, you should see those values changing. And 1024 is going to be the max in one direction, and 0 should be the max in the other direction. So right now you can see that I'm at 0, 0, which is the, in my frame of reference, the top left corner is 0, 0. And as I return it back to the center, you can see I'm at about 512, 522. Also, you can see it's marked when you press down on the joystick and you hear the click, you'll see switch has a value of 1 when it's up and 0 when it's down.
Is this the last thing we're doing today?
Yes.
Can I leave if I'm done?
Yeah, I'll post the assignments soon once we've kind of gotten through everyone. So probably the next 5 minutes or so, I'll post lesson 11 and lesson 12
Mm-hmm.
for you guys to submit. All right, so check yes if you are at this point and you're able to get readings from your joystick.
So I screenshotted both of the things. Can I leave now?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm all done too, so I'm gonna go.
All right, I'll see you later, Olivia. Have a
Thank you,
great
Mr.
weekend,
Swartz.
everyone that's heading out.
Have a great weekend.
See you,
Thank you,
Joseph.
Mr. Swartz.
Just turn in a screenshot of the
Mark.
joystick stuff.
Yep, just have like 2 different values that you screenshot.
Okay.
Yep. So if you need help with something or something's not working, either use your mic or send me a message and we'll try to problem solve and figure out what's going on. So Anton, what is going on with yours? Actually, didn't we have to get you a Chromebook? Wasn't that the plan? All right, so Antone, there should be a laptop in my bin. I'm at school right now, so I'll run down to the office and double check that and make sure that this is all set up. And if so, I'll deliver that to your house today. Does that sound good? All right, Casey, Ryan, do you guys need anything?
Yeah, looking for the lesson 12. Oh, there it is. All right, I'm done.
All right,
Goodbye.
see you, Casey. All right, so Antone, I'm gonna go look in the office right now and see if that's there. And if so, I'm gonna start setting that up. All right. And I'll send you an email if I am gonna stop by later today to drop that off. All right.